Is with us. Let me just tell you about Robert Sean Leonard, American actor, of course, loved by millions, perhaps billions, around the world for his role as Dr. James Wilson, best friend, and put upon foil to Dr. Gregory House, Hugh Laurie's character in all 8 series of the hit medical drama House. And you were in all 8, and I can't remember what happened to you two at the end. Did you stay friends? Did anyone die?
Quite a few people died over the years, but no, we rode off into the sunset. My character was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, no.
And his character, he faked his own death. For
No,
those,
he didn't.
I don't want to spoil the series if someone hasn't seen it, but so he kind of disappears because he was in trouble with the law. So he faked his own death, and we ride off into the sunset, sort of Butch and Sundance-like, actually on Harleys, which was Hugh's, I think, Hugh's idea.
You
It certainly
did.
wasn't mine.
Did you know Hugh before working with him?
No, I knew the Emma Thompson and Ken Branagh crowd pretty well, so I knew of Hugh and
Yeah.
Stephen Fry, and I knew their work very, very well. But I actually had never met Hugh through all of those people. The minute we met in Vancouver to shoot the first episode, and I think just the fact that I knew who Peter Cook and Dudley Moore were enough for him. Yeah, we were a good pair, because I've been an Anglophile for so long, and he could reference things, and I knew what he was talking about, which very few people can say with Hugh Laurie.
Be honest, how good did you think his American accent was in the first show?
In the very first pilot episode?
Yeah. Out of 10.
Well, to be safe, I'm going to say that by the final episode, he was a 10.
Okay.
I'd say on the first episode, he'd be a good, strong 7 point something.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, he had a few words that clung to his tongue a little bit, but over the years, he really did ace it. I mean, an Englishman doing an American accent is very, very
It's
difficult.
astounding. And now what happens to the show? It goes into syndication.
In my attic.
Yeah, and it's on forever.
Yeah, it is strange that your work kind of echoes on through the years on television, because I'm so used to theater, and the same with film. This little girl I'm in the play with yesterday said that she'd seen Dead Poet Society, and I thought, God, it really is like someone telling me they saw my ghost or something.
Yeah.
Because I was 19. I'm thinking this 11-year-old girl watching this film of me when I was 19. It's all too, if I think about it too hard, my head
When was the
starts
last time you saw it?
hurting. Oh, jeez, I don't know. Dead Poets, I would say 20 years. I honestly can't really remember.
You mentioned it just there. Currently starring in the open-air production of To Kill a Mockingbird in Regent's Park in London, playing lawyer Atticus Finch, a role made famous on screen by Gregory Peck.
I think that was his name, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
In the 1962 film of the same name, of course.
Yes.
Well, it's a heavy piece, isn't it, really?
Well, yes and no. It deals with heavy topics, but from an 8-year-old's point of view, and we have 3 incredibly charming, adorable 8-year-old girls in the show that trade off playing the role, but the production's very light, and I think that's why it works so well. The play begins with a completely bare stage and a big oak tree, and the cast chalks out the map of the town on the stage to this gorgeous song while you watch the little girl kind of bounce on stage and jump on this tire swing, and it's quite light and airy, and, you know, it's a story that takes place in the humid Alabama summer. So the rain can be pouring on your head in Regent's Park, but you hear crickets at least, and cicadas,
Yeah.
and
Play is based on Hopperly's, of course, 1960 novel. It's around 1935, something like that. The book is told through the eyes of 2 children, Scout and Jem Finch, as their lawyer father Atticus comes up against their town's prejudices. The tale is a coming-of-age story set against the backdrop, as you say, Robert, of the Great Depression. Mm-hmm. Has it rained on you?
it's funny, that was one of my main concerns, and then before I
This
left...
is London, after all.
Yeah, before I left Hollywood to come out here, but I looked at the stats. They made 94% of their shows last year, which is remarkable. It rained a bit last Friday night, I think it was. We stalled the show for about 10 minutes, and the rain passed, and it was a little bit wet, but it's funny, something happens. If people come to the show knowing they're outdoors, so they have their blankets, and they bring their chicken, and whatever the heck they bring, but sort of a picnic atmosphere out there. And people, I think, come with their rain gear, and they come quite game to see it through, and it's quite a camp-like feeling, and I find it actually quite exhilarating, even when it rains a little bit. By the time the curtain call comes, it's like seeing The Who in the rain. You know, everyone kind of feels like they've been through something worth going through.
You can see Robert Sean Leonard as Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. It's at the Regent's Park Open-Air Theatre until June 15th. Just finally, what do you think? We ask Hugh, because we know Hugh very well. Any possibility of, like, one-offs? House, do you think? Maybe like...
On account of you're not dead, either of you.
We could do a Christmas special or something.
Christmas special.
I don't know. He came to the show the other night, and I had a great Sunday lunch with him and his wife Jo. Yeah, we could do like a Brady Bunch Christmas reunion or something. If the money's right, he'll do it.
What I
know that.
Yeah. What I thought, and I think we might have suggested to him, that you two could still live together.
Of course.
And you could go around to different towns. And you'd be kind of troubleshooting, ill people.
Yeah.
And you could be rude to everybody in the town, or he could. And then you could calm him down. Then you could rush him out to the next town when it gets a bit hairy for him.
I think that's a pretty good premise.
I'm sorry about him, Robert. That's
all
why
right.
he's not a Hollywood executive.
Yeah. Thank you very good to meet you, Robert Sean Leonard, everybody.
Thanks for having me in. I appreciate it.
Our pleasure.